I have my YouTube in front of me and my Zoom on my phone.
Okay.
I hope that's set up.
I see well, one viewer at the moment. Alright, well, we're live now, so um, I see 5 viewers. Let's see how many people join.
Cool.
I just have my analytics page open for this live streaming on one screen, and another screen I have Zoom, so. Maybe we can share the live stream link directly on some of these channels and our own channel, Noderators.
Yeah, I can drop one in there.
Maybe we can share the live stream link directly on some of these channels. Well, 3 watching. I'm sure that's 3 of us.
Yeah, it is. That's right.
The most popular live stream ever. Only the hosts are watching themselves.
Be early or something. Oh wait, now it's 12. All right, yeah, Jon Snow's here. Yeah, great to see you. I'll be damned.
Hello, Jon Snow.
Hey, guess what I'm wearing right now? My t-shirt.
Nope.
Game of Thrones.
Right. Yeah, I just got a couple last day shirts in the mail, and hope to get some more. So I have a hat that I wanted to have delivered before the live stream, but unfortunately, I'm not going to get it in. I think for another 2 days.
Ah.
But that's something that I can, I'm doing a YouTube video, and I can always wear my Elastos hat. So
Hey, there you go.
Excited about it.
Yeah, I have a couple of Elasto shirts, but I'm not really representing Elasto, so I'm not gonna wear an Elasto shirt today.
Yeah, for my last birthday, my brother gave me some crypto socks.
Mm-hmm.
So I have, unfortunately, they're not Elasto socks, but they're. I think you got like a package deal. There's Ethereum, Ripple, Neo, something else. There's a couple others, but
right.
Blockchain shirts. That was pretty awesome. Nice gift. Welcome, Luku. I'm glad you can make it.
Hey, Luku. So the German and Austrian Swiss group are represented as well. That's nice.
Awesome. Hey, we got 13 people watching right now.
We're almost famous.
We're not famous Amos though. We're just almost famous. we need him in here so we can get his people, his subscribers from YouTube.
I like how this is set up though.
I think it'll take like the first 5 or 10 minutes for all the people to join in, so we can just hey, there's Dave, our own Dave.
Free food giveaway for Dave.
Well, I got some protein bars, but I gotta eat that in a little bit, so.
Yeah. We need you at 100%.
I got some of this. I don't know if you guys have had this. You probably don't get this if you gotta go to an Indian grocery.
What is?
I'm just.
Oh yeah.
I did not get paid by them, by the way. I just love these.
But it looks tasty.
It's pretty tasty.
That looks good. Is it spicy?
It's spicy. Oh, it's spicy. Yeah, I love spicy food. I mean, yeah. If you ever meet me, you do not want to challenge me to eating spicy food because you will probably lose. Because
I've seen Kiran eat spicy food. You have no chance.
Because a lot of people have tried, even people from Nepal, and they just can't compete. Too weak.
Yeah.
I don't know. I used to eat like I used to eat these when I was a kid. I used to have dinner with like 1 or 2 spicy chilies every day, so I'm kind of used to it, used to the spiciness.
Yeah.
Spicy food.
What's your favorite chili?
I don't know. I honestly
I've
don't
seen
know.
some challenges where people are eating what is it, ghost peppers and
Oh yeah.
Carolina Reapers.
Oh yeah, I've had ghost peppers before.
One in the world.
Yeah, there's a video I think on YouTube. I watched it a couple of months ago where they were like, it was a competition where there were 10 or 15 people, and they would just up the spiciness of the peppers, and so every time they would just go up and up and up, and they would just not stop. I'm like, how the hell do you do that? How do you eat so much chili? Come on.
That sounds terrible.
Well, I can't imagine what happened the next day.
Oh man. Yeah. You might have won, but you lost in the end.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm wearing Melissa's shirt as well, by the way.
Chili.
Yes, that's the exact shirt I have.
Let me see it. Oh
Almost
yeah.
like yours, but with the new logo, no colors.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping Vegas Mike's gonna come through for all of us, and we can buy a lot of things from his shop.
Vegas Mike, if you see this, put your stuff up on Choose It.
Yeah, on Choose It. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, I got to do a little bit of demo testing Choose It yesterday.
Oh.
And man, I love it. I think it's really smooth. And there's some really nice features, like you can, so if you find that there's a specific designer of these shoes or these purses that you like, you can actually click on the designer and it'll show you all of their works, not just what you would search for. So yeah, it's going to be really nice to use. I think it's going to be an easy transition for people who are used to shopping on websites like Etsy or Amazon. You know, it's just those are platforms for people to sell products, but you don't have to be like, you know, a big company to do it. And you know, Etsy has millions of users every day using Etsy, buying and selling things. And I think that's going to be just like
Yeah, wait, I can't wait until. Wait, is it in production? Can you already start like buying and selling stuff?
that's like
Okay.
Yes, but it's not using smart contracts yet, so the splitting between the designer and manufacturer is not really working yet.
Mm-hmm.
But you can already order some DMA shirts and DMA hats. That's already
I'm not
possible.
sure if I can order those or not. I wanted to, but I wasn't sure if I should send my Ella to my friend's wallet. I did put in my address though.
All right. Well, we can get started.
Great.
Um. So what do we have on the agenda here? So we're gonna demo the website. Well, not demo, but more like I'm gonna go through the website and then look at the website improvements that's coming up. Maybe the Supernode setup package that we'll be updating that, and then the DApp brainstorming session, and then we have the giveaway, right?
Yes, everyone's waiting for the giveaway, probably.
Right. Before we get started, I do want to say one thing so people who are watching know. Today, I am not representing Elastos. I just want to get it out there. I'm representing Noderators. So,
All right.
if you have any EF related questions, please do not ask me. I will not be answering them. You can always ask them on Telegram, but not today, not on this live stream. It's also one of the reasons why I use my personal YouTube to live stream this. So, with that out of the way, well, we got 15 people. Do we want to wait more, or do we want to get started? I think we can always it's gonna be recorded for later, so we can always get started.
Yeah, let's get started.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, first of all, let me share my screen. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
On Zoom.
Yeah.
You probably see yourself. Okay, now I switch to Noderators
Here we go.
website. All good?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. For those of you who have been looking over our Twitter announcements, we don't have one of our supernodes, Jazz, anymore. We can't go into details, but we decided to, for now, we only have these two supernodes. So, if you wanted to revote, you probably want to do that and revote for Champagne and Watermelon, two of our supernodes that's currently active right now. In the future, we're not going to say we will never ever do another supernode again, but if we do it, we will try to utilize some Ethereum smart contracts on the Ethereum sidechain, so that and also make it publicly available so other people can also implement that for registration or whatever. So for now, we just have two supernodes. Just wanted to relay that out there. I'm just gonna go through. Yeah, go ahead.
sorry to interrupt you. I think the stream is frozen.
It's frozen?
Someone just said it in the chat.
I mean, I'm not really. I just have one page open. I'm not really doing anything right now. Where is it frozen? I guess that's what I want to know.
On YouTube.
Oh, it is frozen on YouTube. That is true.
Okay, let me see here what I can do.
Oh, screen frozen. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's frozen. We can't see.
What?
Okay. Yeah, they were giving us warnings. I just wasn't seeing them.
Oh.
Okay. Now it looks like it's going.
Okay. So I think I know what happened. I was sharing my screen from Zoom, but somehow Zoom was not like we could not see Zoom sharing on YouTube for some reason. I don't know. That's really weird. Okay. Let me know if you guys can see. Well, you won't see anything on Zoom, but you might have to check out YouTube. You know, for you guys, I'll just share my screen from Zoom so you guys can see it too. Hold on. Okay. I think it should work now. Because on YouTube, I see it too. I see it working.
Okay.
Do you guys see it?
Yeah, we're on the Noderators website.
Okay. I think YouTube is being updated right now. It's a bit, it lags behind on the live streaming, so it might take a while, but I'm just going to go ahead and get started here. I think it's working fine now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm just going to go ahead and go through each one of these pages that we have here. Some of these pages are blank because we don't have anything for those, but I'm just going to go through them, you know, the thoughts behind putting those there and some of our future plans on what we will include on the website in the future. So, first of all, well, this is our homepage. Contains two of our supernodes that are currently active, Champagne and Watermelon. And then just basic team page. This reward payout structure, at the moment, obviously we do it like every week, but whenever the smart contract feature is available on Ethereum sidechain, we do hope to implement that. So hopefully we can, you know, ILA Bank is great in transparency because it lets people distribute rewards to their voters, you know, using their platform. But we want to use some smart contracts. So in the future, we will probably go with something similar like this. We might change this in the future, but we'll try to utilize smart contracts. So everything is automated instead of having to program in ILA Bank. So let me go ahead and go to the first page, which is the summary. And for those, let me go back here. For those people who have been checking our site every day for the last few weeks, up until a week ago or 2 weeks ago, our website was really, really slow because it was trying to get all the information from the blockchain directly each and every time on every refresh. So because of that, it was really, really slow. So then what we did was we pretty much are saving all this information on the database backend. So now it fetches the result immediately. So the you can load the pages faster now to get the results back. So sometimes, you know, this result might be a bit outdated. That's because maybe something went wrong and the database didn't get updated. But either way, you know, we should no longer see that dreaded page where it said, oh, you know, this page doesn't exist or something like that, because the database will have some data. Maybe it will be stale data or the current data, but the page itself will still be working. So right now it looks like it's pretty up to date here. You know, we're on height for 422,409, And then, if you have been checking out, our difficulty's actually gone up from, it was below 2, I don't even know how many digits that is. I don't know how to say that out loud. Well, that's a big number. But it was below, 2 before. Let's just leave it at that. And now it's above 2. That's why you see the hash rate increasing here. And then compared to BTC, it's we're almost at 50%. So these three have been saying like coming soon for the last I don't know, well, ever since we started the website. These we just haven't had the time to work on these, but I will try to work with Jimmy so that we can try to get the carrier node count here too. And then this will soon be available, like the number of DIDs that are on our DID sidechain. This is already there, unique supernode voters, really good info. And then this will have all the number of transactions that combines the main chain and the sidechain. Maybe I'm still wondering if we should do this like per second or per 1,000 blocks or per 10,000 blocks. Or whatever per day. I still haven't decided that, but we'll need to tweak that. And then this one shows top miners. It basically, what it does is in the back end, I have a script that runs that basically traverses through the last 10,000 blocks and then gets the mining info, and then I get the data, and then we just chart it out over here. So it looks like Antpool is winning at the moment with 23% for the last. This is only for the last 10,000 blocks. So same thing with top 10, top DPoS validators. 10,000 blocks. Obviously, you see that CRC Supernode has the most because there are 12 CRC Supernodes that are always included in every round. So obviously that will always be ranked higher. But we're also going to be, in the future, we will have like a button or something that will, that when you click on it, it will automatically show all the supernodes, so you can see the percentage for all of the supernodes instead of just the top 10. So that is in the works. And then this is obviously CoinMarketCap. We're just pulling the data from CoinMarketCap API, nothing major there. All right, let's move on to the next page. So for the supernode stats, we have 7 pages. Obviously, the first 3 are just separated into 3 different pages. This is list the active supernodes, standby supernodes, and the other supernodes ranked 97 or higher. You can see there's the owner key, node key. The location is Canada, number of votes, unique voters, ELA address. Reward per year estimated, ELA earned, ELA bank registered false. I don't know if you guys have noticed, and this includes you, Gandhi, and Michael, but there is a hidden link here. So if you look at ELA bank ELA bank registered, there's true, right? There's actually a link here. I don't know if you've noticed this before. If you click on this,
oh yeah,
it'll take you to the ELA bank page for that, so you can see the script that's running for the distribution. So this is for Elephant Wallet.
Yeah, that's really nice.
That's just a hidden link that I put in there. I don't know how many people noticed it. So let's look at for Sunny Feng Han. I click on true. It just takes me to the Sunny Feng Han Supernode ELA bank page, so I can look at their script, like how it works. Little nice trick there. There's nothing here for Sunny Feng Han, but you get the idea. Let's see. And then it obviously tells you like the balance to be distributed balance, payout schedule, all of that. And then there's also this little button called download complete voters list. If I click that, it basically downloads all the voters for that specific supernode. Currently it only contains, let me get this here. It only contains like the ELA address, you know, the number of votes, the transaction ID, and the actual block time. But in the future, this same link will be updated, so it will contain all of the information that you need about the supernode. So right now it doesn't do anything, it just downloads the voters list, but in the future it will download a lot more stuff than just the simple, you know, comma separated values or CSV list. All right, and then we got the standby nodes. Same thing here. Before I go there, well, I can just talk about this here. So at the top you see that summary. This summary is only applicable to the current page. So whatever info you see here, it only applies to all the supernodes that are listed on this page. So the unique voters, it only applies for these standby nodes. Actual ELA used only applies for these standby nodes. And if you look at like active nodes, if you go back, the data is a bit different because, you know, we're looking at it froze again. Because we're looking at the summary for this particular page. And let me go back to standby page again, standby nodes. So if I go all the way down, you see that right now there's only 91 supernodes active. And then that's the reason why if you go to other nodes, there are no nodes, because there are no more than 91 nodes. So this other nodes only contains rank, that should actually be 97. I'll change that later. Rank 97 or higher. That's pretty much it. And then you got the inactive nodes that contains all the non-active nodes. So this is all the nodes that are currently in other status, like illegal or canceled, like Noderators Zaz, or illegal, the Houston supernode. Wink, wink.
Oh, yeah.
So sorry for you, Michael.
I'm coming back soon. I'm coming back.
Hey, you're still rank 84.
We'll make sure to let everyone know.
Yeah.
You're rank 84 right now. You still got 458,000 votes on your node.
All right. Thanks for sticking with me, guys and girls.
Yeah, all of these 458,000 votes.
That's dedication.
That's dedication right there. But you know what's funny is, like, if you look at these other nodes that are been returned, like these still have 77,000 votes.
Yeah.
And ELA run, what the hell is this? Oh, okay, it's one of those. It still has 5,000 votes. Blah blah blah. Like, you can just look through it contains all the history about all the supernodes that have ever been like active or have been registered. So this page will list everything. And then if you go to all nodes,
yeah.
Then this one actually has the summary for everything, every single supernode. Like it's the summation of everything. So you can see that actual LI used, it's almost 4 million. And total votes is over 100 billion. Sorry, 100 million. My bad.
Wow.
Yeah, this was under 100 million last week. I guess this week it's over 100 million already. That just means more and more people have started voting for more than, for a lot of nodes. So it just like adds up all the votes together. That's pretty much what it does. And you can see that, the pending status, what it means, active status, what blah, blah, blah. And over here, it actually lists the actual rank. So you can see here, Houston is also included here because it is currently rank 84, even if it is illegal or inactive. So you can see everything there.
All right.
All right, so let me move on to one of the last pages here. Arbitrator nodes on duty. This one is a bit special. Well, it's not working right now. We need to fix that. That's a bummer. Live demo never ever works.
And cut.
And cut. This should not say 0 for recent height. I think I know what the problem is. It's a technical bug. I know exactly what the problem is. We'll fix it later. But basically, it is supposed to list the current arbitrator on duty, which is CRC supernode, and the previous arbitrator on duty, which was also one of the CRC supernode, and the next arbitrator on duty, which is Green Gang. And this row here only contains that. Holy crap, this also needs to be fixed. Okay, guys, sorry about this. We need to fix this page. So,
just blame Gandhi.
Just blame Gandhi. Yeah, that's his fault.
Always works.
It's his fault. This one should actually contain the time until the next DPoS round begins. So when it's fixed, it will display the current, like actual result, like the number of minutes until the next DPoS round. Like it says the time already, which is correct, but you know, not the next one. Oh, which is not correct. My bad. This is not correct. February 20. What the hell is that?
2021.
That is not correct. Something is up here. Is our block explorer even working? Let me quickly check that. Oh, okay. This is still stuck. Yeah, I think something is up. We'll look at it later. That's why the numbers, I was like, holy crap, I've never seen this number before. Anyways, moving on.
Man.
Just pretend that it works, guys. Just pretend for now.
Look over there.
So in the future, like, we will have a really nice looking, what do you call this, part here, like this row, current arbitrator on duty. So whichever is the current arbitrator on duty, so other than the CRC supernode, because we can't really get any details about the CRC supernode, like let's say if the current arbitrator on duty is Green Gang, then this section here will contain everything there is to know about Green Gang, which includes the number of times Green Gang has proposed a block, a number of times Green Gang has signed a block. That's a different thing, by the way. Whenever a supernode proposes a block, that's an arbitrator on duty. That's the job of arbitrator on duty, and that happens, you know, every round, which is every 36 blocks. So every 36 block, each of the top 24 supernode gets a chance to propose a new block every time. And then there's also every time an arbitrator on duty proposes a block, then at least 25 of the supernodes have to sign those blocks, right? So all that history is still available. So we are going to be displaying how many times, you know, these supernodes have actually signed the blocks in addition to proposing a block, because that's really important, because that's how we'll know if a supernode is really active all the time or just when it proposes a block. And we'll also have like a little ranking here on all the arbitrators, like the top 24, and you know which one is the current arbitrator. Like that way, if if as a supernode owner, like, you know, there might be a time when you need to like restart your server or whatever, like you can just come to this page, look at, you know, when your supernode is going to be proposing a block, and then if it's not anytime soon, then you're okay to restart your server. So that's how you can find out. So all of that will be included on this page once this info is fixed, of course, because time of next round seems to be 2021. Holy crap. That's not right. So let's move on to the supernode server metrics. Right now, well, we need to exclude this, but it doesn't have anything. But this will contain, if you have like been playing around with our Noderators package, Elastos supernode setup package, there's a little where is it? There is a let me see here. There's a package called Elastos Metrics, and that one doesn't have anything right now, but in the future, anything that metric exposes, like, it will contain metrics such as the hardware stats, what kind of hardware it's running on, like then the speed of the network, and a lot of cool details about the supernode. All of those will be displayed here. Obviously, since Noderators, we don't know we can't really find out the IP address of every single supernode, and we don't know however many supernodes are running this matrix package. We can't really display all the stats for all the supernodes, but if you especially for Noderators, for us, we will have detailed stats for Champagne, Watermelon, and we'll display all the hardware stats, all the supernode stats, everything that's needed there, and everything like that. So let me see here. And then let me stop sharing my screen one moment here. Let me close my Telegram. I don't want any notification. All right, we're good.
I have a feeling if you had notifications pop up, then people can see what people were saying to you.
Yeah. All right. So, let me see. Okay, supernode. Okay, that's the supernode server metrics. And then let's go to guides. This guides, it only contains 3 guides right now. Maybe we'll have more guides in the future, but you can go if you want to look at Elipal guide. You can go there. It contains everything. We're gonna come to this later, but let me go back to Get Elephant Wallet. It contains a guide on how to use your Elephant Wallet to to recover your wallet phrase, things like that. How to vote for supernodes using Elephant Wallet, good stuff like that. And Elastic's resources, it's just a list of resources for official website, roadmap, white paper, and more resources like Blockchain Explorer, DID Explorer, wallets, different kinds of wallets here, social media for everything. And then there's also resources for Cyber Republic, forum, blog, news, resources, social media, blah blah blah. And if you click on our partners, it will go to our partners here. And then finally, we're gonna come back to this later, but let me quickly go over some of this stuff here, how it works. So the way that it works is, well, this is the same as the same voters list that you can get through the Supernode page, but this one, Elipal giveaway selection, actually includes voters that have voted for both Watermelon and Champagne, and who have voted with more than 49.49 ELA. And then it also excludes all the Supernode owners, which is us, like this Noderator Supernode owners, and the past winners. So it will exclude all of these addresses. It will, do all those filtering for us, and then it will create a nice little voters list here for us. So this is what the voters list is, and we're going to use this voters list to pick a winner for today. And Jimmy, being the nice guy he is, he had created a script that he used last week to randomly select a winner. So we're just going to use that script again. Just to keep on with the trend.
All right.
So we'll just use that
great.
script. In the future, we will also have the same script, or a little different, but we'll have a similar functionality here on this page where it will automatically randomly select a winner, so that we don't even have to, anyone can try to do that on their own. So you can see here that currently there are 907 voters for Watermelon, and then 866 voters for Champagne, but then only 628 voters who are eligible. This can either mean some voters have not voted for both of these supernodes, or it's from the list of the past winners, or it's the supernode owners. Either way, it seems to me like
they might have voted with less than 50.
That too. Yes, you're correct. So it seems to me like there might be some people who have not voted for both of these supernodes. So just a cool little info there. All right, well, that's an overview of the website. Um, we have our Trello board, which we can go over. Yeah, are there any questions about the website? By the way, if you guys have any suggestions um, on how to improve the website, what you would like to see on the website, things like that, you can always, you know, tell us about it on our Telegram, or you can even email. How do I put this here? Well, I'll just put this here. You can email info@noderators.org. If you have any suggestions, you can email us directly. So let me just go over this Trello board here, and then we'll just move on to the DApp streaming session. Brainstorming session, and I'll let Gandhi take over for that. But I'll still have like a Google Doc or something where we can add stuff there. Or you can maybe use Trello here. Anyways, so we have, this is how our Trello board is set up. This is how as organized as we can be. Nothing about this is private, so that's why we're just sharing this. Like there are some cool stuff like, website improvements. There's a lot of stuff that we're trying to implement, like maybe creating a voting page like Hashworld did or Ilabank did, but using Elephant Wallet, DID, and stuff like that, which is fairly straightforward to implement, but we just haven't had the time to implement those. So we'll look into that in the future once we implement the DID login, which is gonna be the next thing that we probably implement. It's not here, but why is it not here? I'll just put this here now. Implement DID login on the website. And then I'll just do that. Labels, medium priority. Alright, so our first priority is the website will not be receiving any updates other than the bug fixes for a while. But the Supernode setup package that we have here on GitHub, it needs some updating, so we're going to be updating that with nice metrics. Like Elasto's Foundation came out with the monitoring, with a monitor script that will let you monitor your supernodes. So, this is publicly available, by the way. If you're not using Noderators package, you can just go to this GitHub repository here, elastos.ela.monitor, and then download this. And then there's a guide here, usage, and then it will let you monitor your supernode. So it will actually, I think it will email you if something were to happen, and they're really cool stuff like that. So I would definitely recommend you guys to check it out. But whatever this thing implements, we will probably have those as part of metrics package as part of Noderators. So it's all included here. We don't have to go anywhere. If you haven't been using Noderators package, that's fine. You can directly try to implement this yourself. And then let's see, we're trying to automate the initial process of setting up a supernode using our script. And then there's a lot of website improvements here. We're going to add a metrics page, maybe a little utilize the DMA payment tool script, lots of node features, like allow users to type in their address to get a direct overview of the nodes they voted on. So lots of cool stuff. Anyways, did I miss anything, guys?
I don't think so.
Cool.
I think you're doing great.
Awesome. I haven't been looking at the YouTube chat, so I don't know if we've messed up anything, but I'll just assume that there are no questions.
Luke gave us a DApp idea. Well, I think we can get into that.
Oh, okay. Let me go ahead and create another list here. I don't want to... Where did it go? No. Okay. All right. Well, Gandhi, you're up. You can take over for DApp brainstorming session, and I'll just write those ideas down here so everyone can check it out. But I don't really have anything else.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Kieran. It was a very thorough overview over the Noderators website. So what I think is one of the most important and most pressing issues right now is that we don't have any way to pool for a supernode other than having to trust someone. So my first idea for today's brainstorming would be a DApp which lets the community pool for a supernode. We talked about this briefly like 2 days ago, I think, in the Noderators Telegram group, and we listed some features a smart contract for pooling should have. I think let's just go through this list real quick. Give me a second, sorry. So first of all, the smart contract needs to allow anyone to buy a share of the supernode pool. So everyone can just send some ELA to the smart contract and in return gets a share of the pool. So we can set a maximum amount of, let's say, 10 to 50 ELA if we want to have a large pool with many members. And we only allow people using the ID, of course. We can use the ID as a lock-in mechanism or whatever in the Trinity DApp. And all the pool participants, they have, when buying into the pool, they get the right to vote on a payout structure. And they also get the right to vote to cancel the node. That's, I think, the only thing that really needs to be voted on. We should keep it as simple as possible, since we all know smart contracts are not immutable. Once you deploy it, it's there forever. And the more simple it is, the less danger there is for having bugs in the code. So there's a few things that we need to think about, because we can't change the smart contract, obviously. So what happens if a node gets fined? Who pays the fine, and who fills up the deposit again?
Right.
So my suggestion would be that if the node gets fined, let's say 500 ELA, and there's only 4,500 left in the deposit address, let's just share this with everyone who's part of the pool and dilute their share of the pool. So if you bought in with, let's say, 10 ELA and the node gets fined for 500 ELA, that's 10%. So your 10 ELA share now is only worth 9 ELA. And since we can't let the deposit fall under 4,000 ELA or the node gets deactivated automatically, we need to get new people into the pool and automatically open it again for new subscribers. So new people, or the same people that are already part of the pool, of course, as well, can send more ELA and get another share of the pool. Then what happens if no one fills up the deposit again, because the pool is not really, no one really likes the pool or doesn't want to join it for whatever reason? If it drops below 4K, we should just automatically dissolve the pool and split up the remaining balance between everyone that's still a pool member according to their share they hold. Then we already talked about canceling the node. We need a way to cancel, to be able to do this. And I think the easiest solution would just be to have continuous voting, and every pool owner can just signal what he wants, if he wants to keep going, if he wants to keep running the node, or if he wants to cancel it. And as soon as we reach a certain number of of ELA signaling to cancel the pool, it automatically is done by the smart contract, and the node is unregistered and liquidated to the pool members. I think that's all the features we listed so far. Oh no, there's one more very important feature, of course. The pool owners, they need to be able to sell their share of the pool. So let's say I bought in with 10 ELA to the pool, but I don't want to be part of it anymore. So instead of forcing everyone to cancel the pool so I get back my ELA, I can just sell it to someone else. And the ownership rights of the pool are transferred from my DID to the DID of the person I sell it to. I think that would be a really handy feature, especially if there is a pool with many people. Let's say you have a supernode pool with 500 people each staking 10 ELA. There's no way you're ever going to get a consensus of canceling the node just because 2 people want to get out and want to get their 20 ELA back. So we definitely need a feature to be able to sell the share of the pool. And all of this should obviously be packed in a nice DApp running in Trinity. So we have all the security features of the Elastic Smart Web. We have no servers. Everything is completely decentralized. So I saw a question in the chat, like who is responsible for setting up and maintain the supernode? Yeah, that's a good question. And in the end, we need some person to do it on the ground. One way is that the one creating the smart contract just says, hey, I'm gonna run the supernode. I don't want to stake the ELA myself. Here's the smart contract. If people want to join, send your ELA there. Because everything is controlled by a smart contract, there is no way the person controlling the node can scam you from your ELA. The only risk that you're taking basically is that you're trusting the person to actually be able to run the supernode and maintain. So preferably this would not be a single person, but an organization. This could be either existing supernode pools from other chains. This could be the Noderators, of course. This could be some company with a vested interest in Lastos that everyone knows and that we can trust. Yeah, and whenever you think the person running the pool does a poor job, not running the pool, but running the node does a poor job, there's always the possibility to vote for canceling the node or just selling your share. And as long as the supernode is profitable, I don't think there should be any problem to be able to sell the share. No, we are not building this right now. For now, it's just an idea, but I would love to see this happening and see every community members be able to join the supernode pool if they want to. Right now, it's still pretty complicated to do it. So now, if you have more questions about this yet or ideas that we need to consider, please just put it into the chat or come back to me in Telegram later on. Now I've seen an idea from Thomas. Actually, he's posted a few ideas already. Develop Ditto music and convince musicians to get involved. I'm not too familiar with Ditto music, how exactly it works, so I think I'm just going to skip this one. If we're talking just about a music platform where people can publish their music on Elastos, I think that's definitely needed, and we will definitely get this sooner or later. It's a no-brainer to have a DApp like this. Let's go to the second, an oracle for external data sources. Yeah. Then you mentioned Chainlink. Yeah, that's pretty much what Chainlink does as far as I am aware. I think it should be possible to have a Chainlink sidechain. Maybe KP can chime in on this one. I'm not sure if you know anything about Chainlink and if
Uh,
it would be viable to have it as a sidechain.
Yeah, I'm actually not too familiar with how Chainlink works underneath, but I am familiar with what it does and how it does things. So for something like Oracle service, like for Ethereum sidechain, yeah, it is needed, and in the beginning there will be similar Oracle services that the public Ethereum blockchain is providing. So same thing on the Ethereum sidechain, but those are obviously not decentralized. So something like what Chainlink is trying to do is decentralized. So I think it is possible to have like a decentralized Oracle service for Elastos exclusively, or maybe even have try to work, try to find some way for Chainlink to work with Ethereum sidechain with some bridge or something like that, or have a sidechain. There's a lot of options there, obviously, but at least to start with, I don't think there should be an issue. But in the future, yeah, if there needs to be a decentralized Oracle service, then something like Chainlink, we can definitely learn from that and try to implement something similar. Email
That's
DApp with Elastos Carrier DID. That's a really basic app, and it can be done. Um, as to the matter of who's going to do it, well, someone in the community should start that project.
if anyone is listening to this or watching this after the live stream and you can do this and you want to do this, just get in touch with me. Let's see what we can do. I think that would be a really nice app to start with. It's simple to build. You can do it pretty easily, and it comes in very handy. I think there's a lot of email providers at least trying to provide some privacy and secure messaging, but they're all in the end you're still using their mail servers. Everything is saved on those servers, and yeah, how secure can this be in the end? There's always such big attack vectors in using all those cloud infrastructures. Of course, they are doing a very good job in protecting their infrastructure, probably better than I can, for sure better than I can do it with my computer. But the thing is that personally, I don't think I am this much of a target when it comes to emails, and any hackers are especially targeting my computer, and that it's worth to do this at all. On the other
Yeah.
side, if you're just using a cloud service with millions and millions of users, the incentive for the hackers are getting way bigger, and you can just become a victim without being especially targeted.
Also, something like that, it should be so. Trinity is getting a lot of receiving a lot of development efforts, and it is already in open beta, but obviously it's really difficult to like write applications for it right now because it is still being actively developed. But pretty soon here, like there will be a Trinity update in the future, but and it will even be one of the developer workshops. I said I didn't want to talk or anything about Elastos, but it just goes to that. Just wanted to give an update on Trinity, like something like that, like an email DApp or travel portal. All of that is possible. Like you can develop a Trinity app so that because Trinity app it just disables everything, and you have to use carrier, DID, blockchain, Hive, everything, and you're not really allowed HTTPS access. So at that point, all you have to do is just develop an application for Trinity that runs inside Trinity, and you got yourself an email DApp or a travel portal DApp or anything, something simple like that. It should be possible whenever Trinity browser is up and running.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I was
especially
kind of hoping that Peter Strauss and the Hyper team could do something kind of similar for the email because you know how their offline messaging is really what they're waiting on right now, and that, to me, that's not that different from an email system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because right
And also,
now, it is possible to build something like that, but it will probably not be 100% decentralized unless it's a Trinity app. Because if it's not a Trinity app, there's always a possibility that you can always find a way to connect to the regular internet. So as soon as you do that, well, it doesn't matter if you have carrier or not. So in order to have, like, if you're looking for 100% decentralized solution, you have to put it in Trinity, like an application in Trinity. Maybe, I don't know if Peter Strass and them they're planning to port their existing hyper app to Trinity, but that's later down the road. Same thing with DMA, like they're not worried about it right now because Trinity is in active development, but once they do that, then it would be a really good solution, because everything in Trinity pretty much screams new, Elasto Smart Web, because you cannot be interacting. It literally forces you to use carrier and DID and everything that Elastos has to offer so that your app is more secure. So for now, maybe just come up with some brainstorming ideas. Maybe even you can develop an application like that, but outside of Trinity. And then whenever Trinity is fully mature, then you can maybe port that to Trinity. One thing to keep in mind is you have to use Ionic framework to build application in Trinity. That's a JavaScript framework. So like if you're building like a native Android application, native iOS application, it'll be very difficult to port that over to Trinity. Just something to keep in mind. Trinity is not like, you can't build everything inside Trinity because you can't really write sophisticated games and stuff like that. You need to be using native modules for that, and there's no other way. You have to have like a partially centralized solution for something like that. But for simple things like, a simple web page without HTTPS, just using carrier, a portal, a DApp, email DApp, it should be very, very, and supply chain DApp, it should be very, very simple to get started. Hey, we got Jimmy on the house.
All right. Hey, Jimmy.
hello there.
But yeah.
Well, while you're talking about supply chain, some of you may already know I've been at the hackathon about a month ago in Zurich, and we were starting the supply chain vertical. So let me just explain to you a little bit what we did there and why I think it was important. So what we did is, or what our challenge was to build a system that lets the companies track their products from manufacturing until delivery. And of course, they need full transparency. But on the other hand, they don't want to save everything on the blockchain, so not everyone can get access to it. Because sometimes they have sensitive information that they don't want to share with the whole public, and they don't want to share with any competitors. So they need to be able to have a system that lets them track everything without telling everything to everyone, but only the people who have the right to see it. So in order to do this, instead of just writing everything on the blockchain from manufacturing and until delivery, what we were doing is just using DID, assign every product a DID, and assign every participant in the supply chain a DID. And we are only recording all the critical states on the blockchain. So, for example, when a product is manufactured, we give it a DID, and we write to it the date of manufacturing, the place of manufacturing, and who did it. So from there on, that's written on the blockchain, of course, on the ID side. So from there on, as soon as the product is leaving the facility, we have a change in state, and we record it again on the blockchain. And then from the point where it's leaving the factory until it arrives in the first logistics center or to the wholesaler. We don't record anything on the blockchain. We just monitor everything live using the carrier and the Hyperconnect framework that Peter Strauss and Parker built. And by doing this, we don't have to divulge all the critical information on the blockchain, and not everyone can see it. And at the same time, we can do a live tracking in a very secure peer-to-peer environment. We don't have much overhead costs for running our servers and so on, because it's obviously peer-to-peer using carrier, which makes it very, very interesting for the for the industry, of course. Everyone is always looking to save money. And there's a funny anecdote, when we were talking to one of the AWS coaches, he was telling us that they have serverless options as well, and our reply was just, yeah, we choose the Rust carrier because it's free. And obviously it's not the only reason, but it's also a very important reason. So let's go further in the supply chain. The product arrives at the wholesaler. We once again write this on the blockchain, on the ID sidechain, and we do this by using a signed message. So the storage facility where the product arrives is sending a message signed with their DID through the peer-to-peer network right to the product or the smart container containing the products. And the smart container is writing this message onto the ID chain. So by this way, we have proved that the product actually is at this place which is labeled on the blockchain, because only the holder of the private key of this facility can send the message. Yeah, that's pretty much how it works. And I think the reason why we won in the supply chain vertical is that we're using the peer-to-peer network for pretty much everything. And yeah, most of us know that the blockchain is a very, very good solution for many things, but it's not a good solution for live tracking of shit. There's too much data. There's millions of companies worldwide using those supply chain management tools, and they're all adhering the same standards. You can't just write everything on the blockchain. It's just not feasible.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Just because you can use blockchain doesn't mean you need to. You gotta find some creative ways on utilizing blockchain for what it's good at. Because, as Rong likes to say, you can't use blockchain to solve all of the world's problems.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Well, we're almost.
Will you have?
Yeah, go ahead.
So we could show the community of how that works.
Sorry?
So can you repeat it again?
Are you going to have a video to show the community how it works?
We do have a small video, but it has the cut is really bad because we were in a real hurry. We managed to submit the video 12 seconds before the end of the deadline.
Wow.
So I can definitely share this video later on if there's an interest in it, and if there's someone with some good video editing skills that wants to help us and make it look a little bit better, feel free to reach out to me.
All right, well, I think we're almost at an hour here.
Oh, yeah.
So we don't want to go over.
Yeah,
Thomas has been coming up with some really good ideas. We can put those onto our Trello. And maybe we can do like a, I don't know, we can put this together and then put it somewhere so people can access it or something later. Maybe it can be part of the YouTube description or something like that. I don't know. But for now, I think we should move on to the selection. alley pal selection winner.
Who's-
If you guys
Let's
are
do
ready,
it.
I can go ahead and get started here. Let me just go ahead to Noderators.org. So, as always, guys, thanks for all the brainstorming ideas. For now, we're gonna go ahead and use this script that Jimmy wrote last week. That pretty much randomly selects one of the ELA addresses as one of the winners. So, if you want to take a look at the code, you can hop on over to his GitHub page, random picker. Nothing special. I didn't really change anything. But maybe we'll just implement something like this on the website, as I said later, so we don't have to, come here and do this manually, because no one likes to do stuff manually these days. Everyone wants a button for everything. All right, so let's go ahead and we are at 422,345 height. I'm gonna download this voters list, and then if you haven't checked out the last stream, feel free to go ahead and do that. It's on Jimmy's channel, but I'm just gonna go ahead and use his script because why the hell not? So I got these
Thanks, Jimmy.
the CSV file here, the Python script here. You can check out his amazing code here. It just uses just ranges through 150, first 150 numbers, randomly selects it, and then eventually it selects the winner. Nothing's should be pretty straightforward to understand. Alright, let me go ahead and run this, and it's running.
All right. I hope I don't.
Suspension.
We'll have to draw.
You are, I took out your address from the list, so I don't think it should be. Alright, well, we got the winner here. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this and then also put it on the website so that people, whoever address this is, please contact the admin. Well, I guess that would be us on our Telegram. Also, there are two winners who have not claimed their prize. I don't know what we should do with those, but I don't know if there's a terms and condition here. Do we have a terms and condition for something like that if people don't claim their prize? Gandhi, do you know?
Yeah, everyone has time until end of year to claim the prizes. If
Okay.
there are still some left over, we will have to see what we do with them.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah. I guess
So we're running this competition until end of year, and I think in the terms and conditions it says the last time to claim the prizes is on January 15th.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. There's two winners who have not claimed their prizes, so feel free to do that. And this one, we'll try to follow up with them. But otherwise, do you guys have anything else to add before we end this stream?
Well, I want to say that thanks to Jimmy, first of all, and for the code, and you're writing the most beautiful code I've ever seen. I like the Ella logo in the beginning.
Yeah. Could you paste the winning address in the chat? So that
I will do that, but I don't want to show people my Telegram just yet. I will wait until the stream is over.
Everyone knows you're in every group, KP.
Yeah.
I meant
Cool.
for the YouTube channel, for the people that are watching.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you could paste the address in the chat,
Oh, you mean the YouTube chat? Okay.
in the YouTube chat,
Sure.
might be easier for them to check. I don't
Sure,
know how
sure.
visible it is for them.
Yeah, that's the winner.
Great.
Cool. Alright, guys. Well, thanks for the Zoom meeting. We'll catch you back again next week.
All right. See you later. you everybody for watching.
Thanks,
Thanks
guys.
everyone for tuning in.